My research. I lead BCG's think tank on strategy and management. And the reason that we have a think tank is that strategy is an ever-changing game. So whenever we have a good strategy or a good theory of strategy, tomorrow we'll need a better theory because it's a competitive game and circumstances are changing. So I'm not going to talk very much about traditional strategy. I'm going to talk about the strategy that we need tomorrow. So let's start off with some challenges because where do we look for new ideas and strategy? We look to phenomena and we look to challenges. So one challenge is that in the short term, shareholder value can come from many sources. It could come from financial engineering, cost reduction, margin expansion. But in the long term, 75% of shareholder value of leading companies comes from growth. So we really need superior growth to create shareholder value. And in good times, that's not so hard because we just position ourselves where the growth is occurring. So a pretty good strategy, a lazy strategy if you like, a few years ago would have been come to China because China was a high growth environment. And China still is a relatively high growth environment, but even in this relatively high growth environment, we're seeing this trend of depression of long-term growth. So we can't really participate in growth. We need to actually create growth through innovation and differentiation. So that's one challenge. Another challenge is that it's particularly hard for large companies to participate in growth. Why? Well, I'm originally a failed biologist, so I'm very interested in biological theory and strategy. And so I've studied the aging of the corporation. And just as human beings have a very predictable aging process, they stoop and they put on a little weight and they need glasses. So there's actually a very, very predictable aging process for companies. So the first thing that happens to a large company, on average, in the vast majority of cases, is that as the company gets larger and older, it becomes more introverted.